When I first started working with people who have scoliosis, one thing stood out. Almost everyone told me the same thing. They just said, I can't get comfortable in bed. Now, some would wake up with a stiff back, and others would say they had to keep moving due to the pain. And a few people even told me that their spine feels like it never, ever relaxes. Now, if you dread lying down at night because your back won't settle, this video is for you. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you a gentle, effective routine that you can do before bed to calm your spine, release tension from your curves, and wake up feeling freer and more aligned. In this video, we're going to go through a few simple movements designed specifically for people with scoliosis. They're going to help you decompress your spine after a long day of sitting or standing, release tightness around the ribs and hips, and signal your nervous system to say that it's safe and it's safe to let go. Now, you don't need any equipment, just a mat, a quiet space, and 10 minutes before you go to bed. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Paget. I'm an osteopath specializing in scoliosis and back pain. Over the last 20 years, I've worked with hundreds of people living with scoliosis, from newly diagnosed teens to adults who were told decades ago that their spine would only get worse. Now, what I've seen time and time again is that it's not just about the curve itself. It's about how your body and your mind respond to it. You see, when you understand how to move with your curve, not against it, your muscles can relax, your posture improves, and you can finally get some relief. And that's what we're going to do in this bedtime routine. But let's briefly talk about why this works. And when you live with scoliosis, you see your spine isn't just curved, it's the muscles around it adapt to that curve. Now I'm going to show you here on this spine, you have a concave side, which is the shorter side here. So looking at someone from behind, the concave side, the muscles tend to shorten and tighten. Now on the convex side, the longer side, your muscles tend to get overstretched and they can get weak. Now add to that standing all day or sitting, and your spine becomes compressed and sometimes even more asymmetrical. Now here's something most people don't realize. Your nervous system plays a massive role in how much tension your muscles hold. See, when you're stressed, tired, or in pain, your brain will keep sending those muscles signals to stay switched on for protection. But by slowing your breathing, elongating those tight areas and gently moving through your curve before bed, you can teach your body to switch off that tension sort of response. And that's what I'm going to show you in just a minute. That's why these few exercises can have such a big impact on how you feel in the morning. But before we start, I just want to give you a quick note. If you're in significant pain, you're newly diagnosed, or you're unsure which side of your curve goes to, then don't push through any discomfort. The movements should feel relieving and not painful. Now, if you've got a double curve or a more complex scoliosis pattern, don't worry, you can still follow along. Just keep the focus on gentle, symmetrical movements and deep breathing. And of course, if something doesn't feel right, just skip over that exercise. Your body will tell you what it needs. Hey, if you have a scoliosis and you like this practical, no-nonsense approach, then I'd love to see if I can help you more. First step would be to book a free assessment call with me or one of my team, and you do that by using the link in the description below. Now we'll take a look at your curve, your posture, any x-rays you have, and help you create a plan that's built for your body. With these exercises, I really recommend you just start tonight. Take 10 minutes for yourself, breathe deeply, and let your spine calm down before bed. And if you live with scoliosis, the body often holds that tension unevenly throughout the day. But by taking these 10 minutes before you go to bed, breathing, stretching, and unwinding, you can release that tight inside of the curve. You can rebalance your posture, help your nervous system calm down and relax so that you can rest and recover overnight. It's a small investment of time, but with a huge payoff. You'll wake up feeling lighter, more mobile, and more in control of your body. All right, the first exercise is something you've all seen before. It's a simple child's pose from a yoga routine. However, we're going to make it a little bit more scoliosis specific, and I'm going to show you something that's going to hopefully change the way you think about it. So I want you to get into all fours, and I'm going to use Julie here to get into the child's pose. So you get into all fours, your spine's going to be like this in this position, and you're going to sink back. Now, as you sink back, your belly and your thighs will get close together. And what happens here is when you take a deep breath in, your belly cannot push further down into your thighs. And so it pushes up into your back. And what happens is the pressure builds in your abdomen here and starts to lengthen and decompress your spine. So you can take some really deep breaths in this position and start actually tractioning your spine without using a traction device. So it's really kind of cool. But for those of you who have a scoliosis, let's say your upper back goes off to the right, so we call this a dextroscoliosis, you're going to take both your hands to your right-hand side. And so as you do that, that opens up, let's lift the spine up here, it opens up the curve. Now you're going to breathe into this convex side here and into your belly, which is going to lengthen your spine and straighten it up through the curve here. So in this position, you take maybe 5 to 10 deep breaths. If your curve goes to the left in the upper back or in the thorax, you simply go to the other way and breathe in through to the right side here, those 10 breaths. If you've got an S curve, don't worry too much. We're really concentrating on just the upper curve here. And if you have a general C-shaped curve, then you just do exactly what I said. You move your hands to the left if the curve is off to the left, or you move your hands to the right if the curve is off to the right. All right, so you do that for 10 breaths, then you move on to this next exercise. Next exercise, we're going to have Julie just lying on her back, so just lie onto your back. And we're going to take some of the principles we just learned from the child's pose and use them here, but just one leg at a time. So you're going to hug one leg into your chest. So just grab hold of one leg here. Now we now know that this will create pressure if she breathes in and start to lengthen the spine. She can push, actually just do this, just push your lower back into the ground. So you posteriorly rotate your pelvis just a little bit. That opens up the facet joints at the back. Then you're going to start taking some deep breaths. Should feel really, really nice into your lower back, stretching your hip as well. But we can make it a little bit more scoliosis specific. We're going to look at the curve in the lower curve, or a C-shaped curve now. So if your lower curve goes off to the left, we're looking at someone from behind here, what I want you to do is to actually swap legs and hug your left leg into your chest. So just change legs. Now straighten, Julie, straighten your right leg as much as possible. That right leg straightening is going to straighten out that lower curve from the bottom, okay? So you're going to hug your knee into your chest. If your curve goes off to the right, you're going to be straightening your right leg. Now, for those of you who are the other way around, let's say your lower curve or even a C-shaped curve, it goes off to the right. Now you're going to straighten your left leg. So just change legs. I should have started that way around, but okay. So now you're going to straighten your left leg, hug your right knee into your chest, take that nice deep belly breath, get that traction through the lower back. And as this thing is pushing all the way down, you're going to get a change in your curve. To make it a little bit more intense, you can actually pull your toes up here, push your heel away from your hip. Now, for some of you, this might not be possible due to tight hip flexors. That's okay. You can actually put something under your knee to make that a little bit more comfortable for you. But do this, 10 breaths in this position, and you're going to feel fantastic in your hips and lower back. This third exercise is going to feel fantastic if you have any lower back pain to do with your curve. It's a variation of the figure 4 exercise that you might be familiar with. Again, you're lying on your back, so you can flow straight from the exercise we did before. And you're simply just going to reach, doesn't matter which side, you're going to do it both sides. Reach one leg, or bring one leg up to towards your chest, and then cross it across your other leg here. Now, for some of you, this might be as far as you can go, but if you're not feeling a stretch in the side that's crossed, so in this case, it's her right side, she'll be feeling a stretch in her right glutes, and a little bit of a relaxation in her lower back. If you're not feeling that, then simply take your hands and reach through and grab the back of your leg. If your head comes up off the floor, then just put a pillow underneath your head. That's fine. All right, so this exercise, pretty standard. You're just breathing and feeling a stretch into your glutes. However, we want to make it a little bit more scoliosis specific. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your hips and wiggle them left and right like this. And what this does is it essentially opens up these facet joints through here by flexing the hips, and then as you move left and right, it pumps out inflammation in your lower back, which is super good for people who get that stiff lower back. So Julie's going to do that now. She's simply going to just wiggle her hips left and right. So not rotation. Actually, imagine you've got a tail and you're wagging a tail. That's it. So one hip's going to go up, one hip's going to go down. There you go. This actually really works the muscles either side of the spine, and it's great for strength. Is it difficult? little bit difficult. So it takes a little bit of practice to do this one, but you can see when you're going to move that pelvis up and down like this, how it's really going to help open up the facet joints and get rid of the inflammation into your lower back. So this last exercise in the series, I'm going to give you two different variations. Well, actually, it's probably going to be four by the time we finish because there's four main curves. But the main curve in scoliosis is what we call a reverse S curve. About 80% of people have that. And so that's the one I'm going to show first. That means your upper curve, it goes off to the right and your right shoulder blade usually sticks out a little bit. And your lower curve comes off to the left and you get a thickening in your left lower back. So what we're going to do is we're going to get Julie, we're going to say she has this type of curve, and we're going to show you a way to stretch this with your breath and with a position. So lie down to your back. And the first thing we're going to get her to do is to take her left hand up over her head, up here, and then reach up, move your left shoulder up, and maybe your right shoulder will come down just a little bit. Okay, so what we did there is we lengthened the upper curve just a little bit there. Now we need to deal with this lower curve. So what feels fantastic is rotation into the lower back, but also we can see if we rotate it, we also want to lengthen it on that right side. So we're going to straighten your right leg as much as possible and have your right hip drop down a little bit. So you're pushing your heel away with your right leg. Now take your left knee just up and over into a standard sort of spinal twist. You can go as far as you want. This hand can be out to the side for a little bit of support, especially if you're lying on the ground. So I'm just going to be here for you, so make sure you don't roll off. But this thing's going to roll across like this. So now what we've done here is we've straightened or stretched this upper curve, straightened and stretched the lower curve, but also added in rotation. From this position, she's going to do some deep belly breaths. Now, as you're doing these breaths, I want you to think about not just pushing the air into your abdomen so it comes out the front. I want you to try and push it into the ribs so your ribs expand side to side. So your ribs sort of end up doing a movement like this. So I'm just going to put my hands on Julie so you guys can see here. Breathe in and let the ribs come out to the side like that. Okay. Come out of that, just lie onto your back again. Now, for those of you with a regular S-shaped curve when viewing someone from behind, your upper curve will be off to the left, your lower curve will be off to the right. So we're going to set you up for that one now. So straighten your right hand up over your head. That's it. So that would take the curve out a little bit from the above here. Now straighten your left leg all the way down. When the left leg goes straight like this, it's going to pull down on the left side of the pelvis and put a little bit of a stretch into the lower curve, and then take your right knee over to the top here. Good. And in this position, you should breathe into a belly and into those ribs. Now, I know what you're saying. Some of you can come back out of that. Some of you might just have a regular C shape and you're like, hey, what about us? Well, I got you, don't you worry. All right, so we're going to do a C shape from behind. So this is your curve here. You just got one big curve somewhere in your back. Doesn't matter if it's in your lower back, doesn't matter if it's in your upper back. It doesn't really make much difference. So easy, this one. You're just going to take your right hand up over your head, Julie. Straighten your right leg. So that's that one done, and then take your knee across over to me. So this is stretching the same side. All you're doing is simply taking this side of your curve away from this side of your curve, or from me, it's like this, like that. Okay, for those of you with a reverse C-shaped curve, meaning your apex is on the right-hand side, and when you look at the x-ray from behind, it's like this, or if you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you just got a big rib hump on the right side only. You're simply going to take your left hand up over your head and straighten your left leg, and then cross this knee over to the left. Good. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Remember, pushing this heel out as much as you can as well to get that length all the way through the side, and really reaching up with that hand through there as well, taking those nice deep breaths. Again, same as the other exercises, do about 10 breaths in this position, and then you're going to be ready for bed. Hopefully you've enjoyed the exercises I've shown you so far. And if you're thinking, yeah, I could do with this in my life, but you want a little bit more, I'd really like to talk to you and give you a free scoliosis assessment. I can just look through your x-rays, listen to the things you've tried in the past, and then recommend something for you in the future. If that's working with me, great. If it's not, no problems. It's a free scoliosis assessment for you. And the details of that are actually linked in the description below.